Hi, I am Lindy Thackston along with Kevin Lee and Robin Miller, and you are used to seeing us on the Versus Race broadcasts. You are about to see a lot more of us.
Coming up on Tuesday, May 3rd, right after the Brazil race, a weekly show dedicated to INDYCAR, INDYCAR Open Wheel Weekly. Tuesdays at 4 p.m. with a re-air at 11 p.m. Pacific. We're going to talk about the Eyes Out INDYCAR Series and the drivers trying to get there from the Mazda Road to Indy and also USAC as well.
And the first show is going to be a mixed bag, which is what we want to see. It's going to be CEO Randy Bernard, who's going to talk about his first year and a half as the head of INDYCAR Racing. Simona Di Silvestro, last year's Rookie of the Year, maybe the first one that's ever going to win a road course race in an INDYCAR. And last but not least, USAC overall national champion Brian Clausen, coming off a weekend where he just swept a couple midget races. He's got his first Indy Lights ride next May in the Freedom 100. He's here to discuss where his plans are and where he's going to be going.
And social media is going to be a huge part of this show. We want you to tweet us your questions for Simona, Randy, and Brian. Send them to @INDYCAR, and you might get your questions answered live on our show.
The other goal is it's going to be more casual. This is not going to be scripted. We're just going to talk amongst ourselves, three INDYCAR fans who fortunately for us, have the access to these drivers and the officials. I think we'll get a little bit more out of the drivers in this kind of setting than you do 15 minutes before a race. So we just want to get you an opportunity to learn what you're going to find in these races and learn some more about these drivers.
And this guy here has been covering races for 43 years. So what are you so excited about this show?
Lindy, I've made drivers mad for 5 decades, and my goal is to try and work on a 6th decade. But what I really like is Kevin and I have both had radio shows. We've had television shows that pilots didn't get picked up, and INDYCAR fans say there's not enough about INDYCAR racing on television, and I think this is what's good. Finally, we're going to have a forum to talk about last week's race, preview what's coming up, talk about the controversies like we had at Long Beach, and get to know the people, and just sit around and shoot the breeze, which is what race fans want to see.
25 straight weeks will take you through the INDYCAR Championship. Simona Di Silvestro, Randy Bernard, Brian Clausen, all coming up on the debut. 4 p.m. Tuesday on Versus. The great thing is Versus is committed to INDYCAR. They're giving us the airtime. We hope you'll watch us. 11 p.m. Pacific is the re-air. Tuesday, May 3rd, INDYCAR Open Wheel Weekly on Versus.